Okay, Rob Travels with Dottie here, and as I promised, I'm going to start doing an intro separately after I do the videos because, you know, it's unscripted and not planned. So I want you to know what it's about when you first start watching it so you can decide whether you're interested or not. So today, I go into town, pick up meds at Walmart, and I try to get an eye exam at Walmart or anywhere else. And you can see when you watch that how that didn't work out very well for me. But I also did another cheeseburger review, fast food cheeseburger review at McDonald's. I picked up a cheeseburger and went to the Central Park where I've been going and did that. And on the way in, I did kind of a long thing at the beginning of the video here, right after this, about some interesting topics that came up when I was doing counseling. If you're new to this channel, I'm a retired mental health counselor, but I do one day a week. I do a few sessions virtually with clients, and I did one today that really, really made me think about the advice I was giving and saying, hey, that's good advice, you should take it yourself, Rob. And it's a concept about how to deal with people in your life that do things that really disturb you, but not enough to get rid of the relationship. How do you cope with that? And I think it's really useful information. So that's kind of in the beginning. Then we get into town, and we end up here at this wonderful coffee shop, and where I'm drinking amazing coffee, and I'm editing the video. So, and I'll probably upload it and totally put it to bed from here. So that's the intro. Well, good morning. Good afternoon. It's 12:30. It's the 10th, 2025. Why did I just hesitate? Because I realized I have a new practice now. When I go to editing, I'm going to do a preview sitting at my desk of what this video is going to be about, because I don't always know. So I'll probably say the date then. But anyway, I'll get used to it. So I got a busy day today. Today's Friday, and many of you know that's a work day for me. Not very hard. I had 3 counseling sessions today. I already had 2 this morning. I got 1 late this afternoon. So I'm using the time to do a bunch of stuff that I need to do in town. And that's going to be one, I want to try to get a updated eye exam for my eyeglass prescriptions. And I want to get a new doctor. My doctor is in Quartzsite. It was actually a nurse practitioner that I really liked. He left. When I figured out, hey, I'm here 6 months out of the year in Artesia, my doctor needs to be here. So I'm headed into a family practice at the hospital that's highly recommended, but I have to go in there and fill out paperwork to get on that service. And you know, I get it. And so I'll get to this in a minute because I'll distract myself. And I also, there was something else I wanted to do, and I've already forgotten what it was. Oh, it's another hamburger day. We'll do another fast food hamburger, maybe Burger King or McDonald's, and do a review on a cheeseburger. So that's the other thing. And I want to go by and hang out in a coffee shop that I found last spring, and I have my new laptop. Okay, something's wrong here. Where the heck is my laptop? Oh, it fell. Good thing it's in a padded case, because it fell down. And I'm like, where is my brand new, extremely expensive laptop? It put quite a little scare into me. So one of the things I'm going to do is go to this, and I'm going to do the editing for this video in the coffee shop, including the intro. Instead of doing it at home, I'm going to do it in the coffee shop. So that might be fun. And I think that's it. So that's three. Oh, and I have to get gas. I better get gas because I'm almost on E. It says I got 56 miles left. So priority is fill this tank with gasoline. And so what's on my mind right now? Let me tell you what's on my mind right now. After my last counseling session, one of the big benefits of being a call it a psychotherapist, therapist, mental health counselor, is if you give really good guidance to clients and you're willing to listen to your own words and take your own advice, it can be very beneficial. And today was one of those days. And I want to be as general as possible here. We all have situations where we have people we have in relationships with, and by relationships I mean friendships, marriages, family, everything, that they exhibit behaviors that we don't appreciate on a regular basis. And we have made the decision, when we balance the pluses and minuses of the relationship, that we've decided that we're going to tolerate those things because the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. So we're not willing to leave the relationship, right? And we don't have power over this other person to control their behavior. So what do you do? And what I've been advising clients and I'm advising myself is this situation is a matter of expectations. And you've heard this before, you've been with me for a while, this saying that I didn't come up with, but I love it: expectations are resentments under construction. And I add to that saying, unreasonable expectations lead to unreasonable expectations, or unreasonable expectations lead to unreasonable resentments, or more intense than necessary resentments. In other words, I like the Charlie Brown and Lucy thing. You guys know that scene where Lucy holds the football for Charlie Brown, and at the last second when he goes to kick it, she pulls it out and he flips over and falls on his back. And every time he does this, he acts shocked and surprised that Lucy does this. And guess what? I just got a message on my phone that I have a prescription that's ready, so I could pick up a prescription. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. All right. Charlie Brown has a couple of choices. He can stop asking Lucy to hold the ball for him. He can even go as far as to stop having Lucy as a friend. But I think Charlie Brown's made the decision that she does this to me, but she's still enough of a friend where I don't want to end the friendship. But he's not willing to he's not willing to adjust his expectations of her. So he constantly falls on his back and gets frustrated and gets a lot of resentment. And we all are capable of behaving almost exactly the same way in the relationships in our lives. And how do we manage that when it happens? Because it's not usually as simple as, I'm going to stop doing this thing with a friend. A better example is, I make plans with my friend to have coffee and they're always 20 minutes late, and it pisses me off every time. Well, if I keep expecting that and keep getting upset every time that happens, that's on me, not them, because we know what the pattern is. But if I talk to myself and say, I'm going to go meet my friend for coffee and I know they're going to be 20 minutes late, it's hard to get upset about that. I may just adjust my schedule and I'll show up 20 minutes late too. That way we'll both be on time. And I get it that it's not always that simple. And certainly my session today, it is not even close to being that simple. But the principles remain the same. And my guidance was, when this thing with the person occurs and it's very hurtful, start having what I call an internal dialogue, an argument with yourself. And go, when you're immediately filled with these feelings of outrage and anger, and it's not fair and they shouldn't be doing this, stop yourself and go, wait, Rob, hang on a second. This is expected, right? Like there's an old saying, shame on, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That's applicable. I should expect this. Now, I'm not saying I shouldn't be upset at all, but I should. One thing that isn't reasonable for me to be is surprised. When a person in my life exhibits a pattern of behavior and I act like it's a shock that they're doing this, it's silly, isn't it? And it adds to the sort of outrage and reaction. So I try to internally talk myself down when these things happen. And it can be quite effective. So that's the thing that, pardon me, is really on my mind today. So what am I gonna do first? I am going to the doctor's office first, and I'd love to take you with me, but walking into a doctor's office with a camera in your hand filming is among one of the worst ideas for a YouTuber. It's bad. You don't do that. So I will get there, I will park, I will go in and do that, and I'll come back in their car and I'll report to you what happened. And then we'll go to Walmart, where I'm going to see if they can do an eye exam for me and pick up my prescriptions. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head to this really cool coffee shop, and we're gonna finish out the video. So I'm glad to have you hanging with me. I like this format where I've got the full screen pointed to show you town and everything, and the one internal to show Dottie and I together in the car in the corner. I think there's been a lot of upvotes on that format, and quite a few upvotes on having that retroactive intro to tell you, hey, this is what I'm going to talk about and do in the video. So that's for you. So when you hear that, you go, this one's not for me. I'll catch them tomorrow. Because what I don't want you to do is to not really understand or what the video is going to be about, or who goes into the description before they watch a video. Very few people, right? You go by the thumbnail and the title, and that only can do a limited amount of stuff to tell you. What I don't want to have you have happen is you to watch a video that you get halfway through it and you go, I'm not interested in this stuff. And what I don't want to do is waste your time. So I tell you what it's in the beginning, you go, oh, that sounds interesting. He's going to talk about, for example, expectations, resentments, what we can do about that, friendships. I'm into that, so I'm going to stick for this video versus, I'm going to talk about something else that you have no interest in. Like, I think I'm done talking about my trip to New York because I'm so excited about it. But at this point, it's really up in the air whether this trip is going to happen or not because of what's going on at the airports all over the country, because of the shutdown and staff shortages. And if they don't resolve this in this coming week, I think it's just going to get worse and worse. And I probably will be unable to make the trip. So that'll kind of be a bummer. Anyway, I'm going to shut it off now because we're getting close to the hospital. That's where the family practice is. Okay, that was relatively painless. I was only in there for about 25 minutes filling out paperwork, and they got me an appointment for a couple of weeks from now. So now I have a new doctor in Artesia at the hospital, and a new acquaintance, because here's some Nomad advice for you if you're interested in getting connected to the community. I went to the hospital and I got lost. I couldn't find the clinic, and I saw, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to pull in here so you can see this. I'm going to weave my way in here so you can see the sign I saw and where I walked in. Okay, do you see above the door there? It says Green Chili Cafe, which was pretty interesting to me. So I went in there and I couldn't find the doctor's office. So I went into the cafe and I said, hey man, I'm lost. Can you help me? I'm looking for the clinic. And the guy was super friendly, and he walked me all the way out here outside to show me exactly where to go to get to the doctor. And I did a very simple thing. When I thanked him, I stuck out my hand and I say, my name is Rob. And he brightened up and he stuck his hand out and he shook it. And he said, well, come back Monday. We're opening for lunch on Monday. It's like, I think it's new. So they're excited about being open for lunch on Monday. And I said, hey, by the way, I'm a YouTuber. And he gave me my card and he got really excited that I would do a video on the cafe. So that's the way to sort of like, not necessarily, you don't have to be a YouTuber, but you know, when you interact with people, stick your hand out and say, hey, my name is Phil, whatever your name is. Introduce yourself to people. People don't do it often enough, and you stand out and people remember you, and it's a really cool way to get integrated into the community, and it feels really good to be. So I'm integrating into Artesia, Eagle Nest, and Quartzsite. And so that's 3. You can do 4, you can do 5, you can do 6, you can do whatever you want. And it'll work great. So now we're on our way to Walmart, dual purpose at Walmart. We're going to see if we can get an eye exam there. And I will look at glasses frames there, but I doubt they're going to have what I want. Can anybody guess why I want a pair of glasses? Ken? Why do I want another pair of glasses, and what color do you think they're going to be? I'm not going to even say on here because I know he's going to figure it out, and look in the comments and he'll tell you what color and why. All right. So here we are. We're pretty close. I'd say we're pretty close. We're a minute or 2 away from Walmart. Half a mile or so. I can get Walmart delivered if I want to, but it's just not as much fun. Delivery and pickup isn't. I like seeing people and walking into the store. I like it. It's fun. So I think I'm going to take a camera in with me, and we'll, I wish I got, you know what? It's awkward. All I have is this one with me, and it's like, versus the one, so I'm not going to do it because I didn't bring my camera that hangs around my neck and is people don't notice it, so they're not self-conscious. And the last thing I want to do is have people be self-conscious. So I remember there's a McDonald's here, so after we go to Walmart, we'll go to the McDonald's and we'll review another cheeseburger. Now, I have to modify my choice in McDonald's because I don't want to get just a generic cheeseburger. Because in McDonald's, the cheeseburger is more like a slider. It's not comparable to the other. So what's comparable to the other cheeseburgers would be a quarter pounder with cheese. And that's what I'll get, and that's what I'll review. But here we are at Wally Mart. So next time, I will have a camera Maybe I'll take the phone in with me, and that's a little less intrusive. So I'll take the phone in with me, and I'll do a little bit of the inside of Walmart. How's that? Is that a good compromise, would you think? Let's see. We don't want to go that way because I think that's the opposite parking. We want to go down this one. We want to wait for this gentleman to walk by. We want to be a good Artesia citizen and be polite and patient, as so many people are in this town. Okay, so we're gonna shut off, and I'll be with you in a second. Okay, here we go. We got copyright music, unfortunately, but there's ways to handle that in YouTube. Now they say there's an eyeglass thing here, and there is. There is. Okay, so there's no doctor here, so they don't do any exams here. So I have to find someone to do an exam, but I can get my, I can pick up my medications for sure. Coming right down here. We'll see how long the line is. Not bad at all. All right. There's Dottie. I was unable to find anyone in town that was open or I couldn't get anybody to answer the phone at any of there's 2 or 3 optometrists in town. And I'm thinking maybe Friday afternoon's not a good time for optometrists. So we'll attack that issue of getting an eye exam Monday. We'll get a fresh start on Monday. So right now we are going to the McDonald's and we'll get a quarter pounder with cheese with no pickles. See how McDonald's does on the pickles. We did stop for gas. We have a full tank of gas now. Which I think should be pretty good until we get to leave for Quartzsite. All right. So we're gonna go into McDonald's here. So I think we're gonna have to make a little U-turn up here to get into the drive-thru. Here we go. See how they do. We got a barking dog.
Yes, I can help you.
Can I get a quarter pounder with cheese, no pickles? That's it. Nothing else.
All right. Will that be it?
That's it.
All right. Before you get my first order, please, boss.
All right. Thank you. So $6.99. So right in the same ballpark with everybody else. You know, between $6 and $7. I don't know which one it was, but there was one of them that I think was $7 and a few cents.
Yes, I can help you.
Let's get this. Here we go.
$6.8. What kind of sauce? Ready for us. First soda, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
About 10 minutes, I'm gonna get started for you.
So it's $6.49 plus 50 cents tax, $6.99. What do you think, Dottie?
Yeah, right. What kind of soft with that?
So I don't have much to say, so we're going to turn this off. We'll turn it back on facing me directly when I do the taste test. All right, here I'm back at Central Park again in the same spot, and I think behind the same truck that was there last time. It looks exactly the same. Looks like the same guy sitting in it. But today we're reviewing a quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's. And there you have it. And did they follow my request for no pickles? They in fact did. So let's get set up here with a napkin. They put the napkin in a little sleeve. There are 2 napkins. So it's got no tomatoes. I didn't ask for any, but they don't usually have it. So ketchup. I think I didn't think about mustard, but there's just maybe a splash of mustard. I'm sure I'll be fine with that. And onions. So and Dottie's paying very close attention. She will get some. You're gonna hate to hear this, but this could be the best hamburger so far. It's seasoned very well. It's, I can taste the salt, but it's right on the edge. It's not too much, it's not too little. Very good. See, I'm getting better at covering my mouth when I'm chewing. Yeah, this is very good. I'm sorry to say. So many people dislike McDonald's, but it's pretty darn good. So, yes, Dottie gets a little bit of the beef. There you go, Dottie. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna drive over to the coffee shop. I'll go in there and I'll record in the coffee shop. I know they'll let me because I did it a few months ago when I was here. They were fine with it. And I have my laptop, and I'm going to do all the editing for this video. And maybe even if there's a good enough connection, I'll upload it as well. So, see you in a few minutes. All right, so here it is, Kithkin Roastery Bakery and Eatery. Is it okay to film for YouTube? Okay. Anybody not want to be on camera? Okay. What do you recommend for something small?
You like hot or iced?
Hot. Hot.
I like caramel and vanilla together. That's my favorite. Or white mocha and vanilla is good.
Ooh, let's do that. Let's do that.
Anything else for you?
That's it?
Yes, sir. It's going to be $5.
And
Would you like your receipt?
nope, I'm good.
I'll have that right out for you.
All right. All right, so that was easy. We got, sounds like a good recommendation. And look at back here, folks. This is the real deal. They're clearly not buying their coffee at the supermarket. Look at this. And they're nice, nice tables. So we will set up here, and I promise we're going to edit this video in the coffee shop. Let's turn that thing around. And here we are. So this is maybe my first legitimate use of the new MacBook Pro. And there are people out there saying, well, he's probably doing this because he wanted to justify that huge expense. Maybe. Okay. So let's pull her out. I did two things to protect my investment. I got a nice pouch, and this is a plastic cover over the front and back to protect the finish. And we'll see if they have, see if they have Wi-Fi here. If not, we will hook our phone up. Hi. Is there Wi-Fi in here?
Yes, sir. It is under first Kithkin, and your password is drink local, all lowercase.
It's all?
Drink local, all lowercase.
Okay, thank you. Drink local. Let's see if I... Okay. Drink local. It's connecting, I think. And let's see what kind of speeds we get here, shall we? And I was hoping we had a plain USB. We don't. Upload speeds of 12. That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so what we want to do is I want to send files over. Oh, I need to put I want to use mirroring, but I have to put them on the same Wi-Fi network. So that shouldn't be hard. Let's do that. It's thinking. Here we go. And I'm wondering if it'll pick up the password from my Mac. You think? Will it? You know what? It friggin' did. All right, let's try it a different way. ChatGTP. What I really want to do is I want to transfer video files from my photos in the iPhone to the Mac without hardwiring. Is there a way to do this? See what it says. AirDrop, of course, AirDrop, of course. Why didn't I think of that? See, I'm getting used to the Apple ecosystem. So you go into Photos, and I select the ones I want to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we do airdrop to the Mac. Receiving 5 videos. It was that easy. Now, in the meantime, while that's transferring, I'm going to shut this down because I just got a text from my sister. She wanted to chat about something. So let's make sure we're able to transfer those files. But check it out. It was that easy to do. AirDrop. Duh. Deborah Dickinson would have told me that in about 10 seconds. She would have been able to tell me to do that because she originally showed me how to do this. It's simple. All right. Mouse, trackpad, keyboard. So my mouse is not working, which is, I'm on a learning curve with Apple. Mouse and trackpad. It's on. I don't understand why it's not working. I didn't think if you had an Apple mouse that you needed to manually connect, but apparently you do. All right. So we need to copy that and copy it to the editing file. So we go into the editing file, we do date modified, and we delete everything that is not from today because we're done with all that stuff. So delete. Oh, we'll do that at home when we're more sure. Now, files that are on the camera from today. We have 4 video files. We'll take that and set it to editing. And it's copied. So, here's my great little laptop. Okay, so this part isn't the intro, so I'm going to have to do the intro separately. So I'm going to cut this off, edit on again to separate the files. So I had to interrupt to do the intro to kind of move things around so they make sense. And I wish I could remember. You could probably, hopefully she could hear her on what she gave me, but whatever she gave me, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's, they've got nice Wi-Fi in here. It's a pleasant atmosphere. They've got Wi-Fi. You can sit down and do work like I'm doing now. The employees are really nice here, as you saw. And they make their coffee here. So, and it's, I got to tell you, it's absolutely excellent. So I hope you come by. And if you're in Artesia, come by here to this coffee shop and you will not be disappointed. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.